Hello, this is Mark Wildman of Wildman Athletica, and today we are going to talk about the double kettlebell clean. Double kettlebells can take the place of barbells, only without costing as much as barbells, a $400 Ohio bar plus 500 pounds of plates. You can stack kettlebells up small units at a time and start with 2 small kettlebells, and it becomes economically more viable for most people than buying barbells. Also, you can do double kettlebells in a 5th floor walk-up apartment, where it is extremely hard to do barbells in an apartment of any kind. So barbells have a very specific place. It's totally awesome, totally fine, and that's in a gym or outside where you can drop them and you're not going to break a hole in the floor or anything. Kettlebells, because you're not dropping them at any point, can continue to be done in small confined spaces, which is where most people are probably going to do their training. If you're going to barbell and you have to get in a car, drive to the gym, get out, put on your clothes, barbell, wait for a squat rack, get through the program, run through the entire thing, get back in your car and come home, it becomes a lot more complicated than walking into the living room, grabbing 2 kettlebells, doing 5 minutes of cleans, and then putting it down and taking a shower and eating some food. Kettlebells will always be better than barbells in that context. So let's talk about the most simple version of the double kettlebell clean. You have hard style, you have soft style, then you will have alternating, then you will have pacing, you will have a ton of different options you can do for everything from pure strength to pure power to strength endurance to endless sets. There are many ways you can set up for this activity. We can point our feet perfectly straight ahead, which I like to do because I have a lot of knee surgeries, or you can turn your feet out, more powerlifting style. When you are doing single kettlebell, I recommend that you point your feet straight ahead because you can stand in a normal stance. When you're doing double kettlebells, you now have twice as much kettlebell to deal with, and if you are using soft style bells, then some people may require turnout. I avoid coaching turnout at any time unless it is absolutely a part of your sport. So this is as close as my feet can possibly be for me to do this. And I would like my feet to be as close as they can be. Most people will take about a 2 or a 3 finger wider distance than 2 kettlebells put together so that they have plenty of space. You can do it however you want. I'm going to set up. I'm going to give myself that 3 finger space between there. My kettlebells are going to start out front. The version I'm going to teach is thumbs back at the bottom, rotate up to our clean at the top. The part where this gets dicey is we want to make sure we're not using a barbell wrist, and when our arms catch, they're kind of going to look more like this because this is thinner than this is. Our knuckles are going to try to go together. There's going to be a gap in the center, and we're going to have it close to our body. There are several other techniques you can do. Soft style technique is different, and we will talk about that in a different video. We set our feet up, point them generally straight ahead, always avoiding having one foot turned out. Point our thumbs back. We're going to hike the weight back, snap our hips, stand all the way up at the top, and a hard style catch is no soft catch. I am not going to catch with my legs. I'm going to catch rock solid as if I am doing an abdominal plank at the top. 2 thumbs on, hike the weights back, hard style catch. Push the weights back. We pick the weights all the way up, lock out the quads, pull the kneecap up, squeeze the glutes as hard as you can. Abs on, breathe behind the shield. Make this all flat. Soft style guys will round their body around the bells. Their back will be a C shape. Hard style should have a fairly straight spine. When we put the weights down, we want to put them down the exact same way we picked them up. This is where everybody gets hurt, they get done, and they go to drop the weights. In barbelling, you can drop the weights if you have bumper plates and step away. With kettlebells, you can't do that. Because they're round and they have handles, when you drop them, they fly in unpredictable directions every single time, and then people start losing ankles. It's not a good idea, just don't do it. Set the weights down correctly, which means finish the rep, tail them back out, and they should end up in the exact same position they started in, which is 12 to 18 inches in front of your feet. The grip for double kettlebells is very different than the grip for, say, barbell. Because the grip for barbell is wider, it changes the shoulder position quite a bit. With kettlebells, we are going to be a little bit more round around the body, and what we are looking for is this position. Thumb at the height of the collarbone, elbow near the hip bone. When we start to learn this, what people start to do is they start to mess it up, and their arms come in at different rates, and they slam their knuckles together, which is always mildly comedic, but not good, because it really does hurt. You have those big weights and those handles, and people will get their fingers in here, and if they're not in control of these weights at the same time and speed, then they will slam their knuckles together, which does not feel good. It hurts quite a bit. You will see some soft style guys, and they will remove their fingers from the equation halfway up. And they will catch with their knuckles facing each other, but their fingers out of the way. This is why you'll see soft style kettlebells tend to have no paint up here on the tops of the handles. That is from that catch, where these things catch and clink each other every time. The most important thing is that your arm, this section of your arm, is going to end up on the inside of your upper thigh. Real high up in there. Both of them at the same time. So they're both going to come down, and both of these spots are going to impact the inside of the leg. This has been Mark Wildman of Wildman Athletica.